G'day everyone. Seeing that we might only be a few days away from an announcement for the a7000, I mean we're hoping that it gets announced with this Sony event that's coming up. I thought I'd talk about what my wish list is for the Sony a7000. I get a number of people asking me what I would like in it, so I thought I'd go through with you the things that I'd like. Now remember, what I'm talking to you about here is my wish list. It might be totally different to what you'd like, but this is what I would love this camera to actually have. So let's talk about the first one. So my number one thing that I really would love this camera to have is an articulated screen. Now I know an awful lot of people say to me, but you don't need that, you know, I'm not a videographer, I'm not a vlogger. Well, the simple solution for me in that regard is to leave the screen closed. You've got nothing to lose by keeping that screen closed. But you have a massive benefit if you do want to flick that screen out. Also, if you're shooting down very, very low, it's great to be able to move that the screen out to a certain spot so that you can see it. They're also really good for on gimbals as well. So if you're a videographer, there's some real advantages to having a fully articulating screen, and I hope they do that. I mean, I wouldn't even mind even if we get one that's similar to the RX100, but that's my number one pick that I'd love in the Sony a7000. The next pick is the Z battery. I'm really hoping that they put that Z battery in. That really has changed the way I've used my cameras. I used to have to carry multiple batteries all the time. Like when I did weddings, I'd have sometimes 4 or 5 per camera. Now I'm getting almost through the whole wedding. Often I do get through the wedding with just one battery alone, and that is incredible. So if we can have that same battery on the a7000 as well, it will really make a difference. You just don't have that worry of thinking you're going to run out. And it really has been a game changer if you're talking about the Sony cameras. So that's my number 2 pick that I'd love for the a7000. Number 3 is a larger body. Now, I know a lot of you aren't going to be happy about me saying this, but I do think if we're going to get 4K 60p in this, and that's my next point, but if we do get 4K 60p in this, we may need a larger body to stop it overheating. So again, that will be a really important thing. Also, I think it probably also is easier to hold. The ergonomics may be a little bit better. Therefore, they can fit a few more dials on and things like that. So that's my next point. The next one that I'd love is 4K 60p. Now, I would love Sony to put this on a camera. We haven't got that yet on any Sony cameras. I'm sure it's going to come in the A7S III. But I'm hoping that we get it in the a7000 as well, and that will compete with the Fuji X-T3. So I would love them to give me that. I don't even mind if there's a time limit on there, because I'm not shooting 4K 60p for very, very long periods. I will go back to 1080p if I'm doing that. But to have that ability to shoot 4K 60 and then slow it down in post if I'm working with 4K would be amazing. And so that's what my next point would be. The next one after that is a better and more responsive touchscreen. Because at the moment the touchscreen is not very good on those cameras, so I'd love it to be a fully working touchscreen. Now I know Sony could do this because they make mobile phones. For some reason they've been holding back on their touchscreen, so I really do hope that they give us an amazing touchscreen that is very active when you move your finger around. Hopefully you'll be able to control the menus through there and do things like that. I'm just hoping that they've moved forward in that regard. The next thing I would like is dual card slots. For me, it's really important as a working professional that I have redundancy in my camera. So having 2 card slots would be amazing in that camera. In fact, that's why I also say that they may need to produce a larger body to enable you to have the dual card slots in there. For me, I won't purchase another camera again now without those dual card slots. So I just hope that Sony are listening and they give us that as well. Like I said, the X-T3 has dual card slots. Nikon and Canon have been slammed for only including 1 card slot in their cameras. So I'm hoping that we get the dual card slots here. Lastly, I'm just hoping that they give more lenses. Now, I'm only saying this for people that are only buying that system. I still believe that I will be using full frame glass mostly on the a7000, but I am using the 24 1.8 here on the a6500 here, and I love that lens. But my intention in the future is not to buy really any more APS-C lenses. I'm just going to buy full frame and then use it on the APS-C so I can use them on both cameras. So that's really my wish list. I mean, let me know down below if you think that I've missed anything, because I'd love to know what you think about what I've said. I know a few of you are going to say you're not interested in a larger body. Sony will still be producing the a6500, no doubt. But for me, having the dual card slots and things like that, the no overheating, will be a much better improvement. And one more thing I've left off there is better stabilization. I'm hoping that they can improve the stabilization on the camera as well. If they can get it somewhere near what the GH5 gives us for hand holding, it will be incredible. I just left that one on my list. So let me know in your list down below what you'd love to see added. Hopefully we'll know in a few days if they do release this in this media announcement that's coming up. If not, there may be a good chance that we're going to have to wait till NAB. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. Catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.